North Korea really as controlled as like how the media says?
Randomly, the secret police will come to your house wearing white gloves. The highest crime that you can commit in North Korea is to... Awesome.
North Korean.
Yes, yes.
How are you?
I am great. Thanks for asking.
Awesome.
By the way, I am a North Korean defector. I escaped North Korea twice. First time when I was 14 and second time when I was 16 and a half. And I came to America back in 2012 and I have been living here ever since.
Oh, sweet.
Yep.
How have you liked it in the transition?
It's been great. It's been great. I mean, you know, compared to North Korea, America is like heaven, right? I mean, honestly, like from where I'm from, I usually tell people that I feel like getting into a time machine and fast forwarding 70 years into the future. Yeah, yeah, because like in North Korea, there is no freedom of movement, there is no freedom of speech, there is no freedom of internet, there is no freedom of religion, right? It's only the regime and it's only the self-reliance Juche ideology. I'm not sure if you guys know much about that, but
Somewhat, yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's very interesting, and it's good that you're here and being able to like live out.
Yeah, live my life. Yeah, and also, I guess the main reason why I'm doing this is because I want to raise awareness of what's happening in North Korea. And you know, whenever I ask people like, "Oh, what's the first thing that comes up to your mind?" and sometimes like people really don't know what's going on in North Korea, right? And also, oftentimes people say, "Oh yeah, Kim Jong-un is the face that Kim Jong, which is a dictator, right?
Yeah.
Like he's the person who I think of, but that shouldn't really be that way because like North Korea, there are people live there. It's like people, and like people should be the face of North Korea.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then it's also like interesting that you're doing this because obviously politics right now are just all over the place.
Well, yeah,
So, yeah, there's a lot of pros and cons with like our political stance right now too. But
yep.
being of color, being
Minority,
yeah, it's just living life and just trying to take it day by day. But she had some, I think, questions. She had
yes,
a
please.
research project. I don't know.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So for my history class, we had to do a history presentation about imperialism, and we got to choose a country. Or a state, and I chose Korea. And I was actually reading that it's very controlled. So what I wanted to ask you is North Korea really as controlled as like how the media says, and how some of the articles that I read say that North Korea is very controlled and there's no freedom like
Yes, that's so true. Yeah, that is true. The media got it right. So North Korea doesn't have freedom of movement, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, right? Freedom of information. There is no internet. People can't like go on Google and search for like, is Kim Jong-un bad? They can't do that. And if the highest crime that you can commit in North Korea is to talk bad about the regime, right? That's like 3 generations of your family will get in trouble for it. Yeah, and it is very controlled. And socialism, right? North Korea is a socialist country where, like, you are working for the regime, and in return, the regime is supposed to take care of you, but North Korea doesn't have resources, right? It doesn't have resources to do that, and on top of that, North Korean regime is extremely corrupt, right? So people just do whatever the government can't do whatever they want to do, right? But people just suffer. Yeah.
Really ironic, but yeah, like I feel like that's just, and everyone has their own views and stuff like that, which it's sad that always the minority takes the like impact, but I feel like that's very similar as to how it is here, and maybe it's not as like controlled, I guess, but in some senses I feel like we're tracked a lot on a lot of things, and it's like the TikTok ban or some like stupid things like that. Like it's just the little things that I feel like, even though they make it look like we are free, I don't think we are. But
but I mean, like, the level of like freedom that the place where I come from, right? We, like, the moment you say bad things about the regime, like that's that's something that you can't really think of, right? Whereas in America, we are free to do so, right? We are free to state your opinion, right? Of like, hey, I don't like the government, and the politics, like the politicians are lying, and you can say whatever you want to say, right? And nothing will bad ever would happen to you, like to you personally, right? So I feel like when I see that, it's like, oh yeah, there is clear difference, like day and night difference, yeah.
Yeah, I also wanted to ask because I saw on the internet that somebody said that if you don't, you have to have a picture of Kim Jong-un, and if it's not properly
Taken care of.
or taken care of, you could get in severe trouble
for it. Yeah. So there was so randomly, the secret police will come to your house wearing white gloves, right? Mm-hmm. And they will come to your house, and they would wipe on the top of the frame, and if it's dusty, you will go to 6 months jail for it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's not like, oh, you get like a slap on the wrist, or it's not like that. You go to 6 months of re-educational camp. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's very severe.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. You as well. Thanks for the good questions.